Hi, I am Krissy Johnson. You can find me on Facebook at Krissys Kwik Tax and also on Instagram at Krissys_Kwik_Tax. Check out my episode on Boss Talks on the Rooftop.
This is Bryson Fowler on Boss Talks on the Rooftop, Season 8. And today I have the greatest honor of having Miss Krissy Johnson. Miss Johnson, how you doing?
I am well. How are you?
I am elated. Like I got a superstar on my show today.
Not a superstar.
Yeah. Superstar in the tax game. Every play that you make, I mimic. I'm gonna let you know that. I'll be stealing.
That's fine.
So I am so happy to have you on here because, like, you know, a lot of us don't get to say, hey, what you're doing. I try to mimic after my business because you're very successful at it. And I want to give you your flowers on it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So I got to give my credit where credit's due. From one tax professional to another, because you're a CPA too, right? Man, so you like top tier, upper echelon. Oh, I'm over here on the side. So.
I don't feel like that.
I don't. but
yeah, I am an accountant, so.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us your journey, how you ended up being an accountant, going into your other ventures as well.
Okay, so as a kid, which is funny, so I'm a military brat. Both my parents were Air Force. And of course, you know, your parents always ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Huh?
So they were smart. Yeah,
they are smart. And I would always tell my parents I wanted to be like a mathematician. I didn't know the term accountant at that time. I was so young. And I mean, just my whole life, I've always been into math and numbers and stuff like that. So that's what I did. I went to school for accounting. So when I was about to graduate, I definitely wanted to have something on my resume. So I started working at a tax office in New Orleans. So use that to get into doing taxes on my own, basically. So I worked at a CPA's office. He actually helped me get my first location. I was still working at a tax company while I was working for him, of course, seasonally. He didn't want me to work for them. So he was like, hey, if you bring in so many clients, basically, I'll give you a storefront. And I was so young at the time, didn't really realize, okay, he was using me to get, you know, money for himself. But once I moved to Texas, I branched off, did my own thing, and it's been 24 years now, so.
Ain't looked back since.
Of course not,
But I do believe, like, you know, it's the cost of education, right? So he was kind of grooming you into a space where you could stand on a platform. From being used in that sense to where he was like guiding you in the sense to where you had your own business and you didn't make those other steps. Those, you know, those faltering steps that might have cost you in the beginning versus someone else like me who didn't have that kind of guidance.
Well, I will say this. He was not in the tax side of accounting. So there's many avenues in accounting. So he was mostly doing bookkeeping. So me doing taxes was new to him. So we learned all that together, but he had the money. I did not have the money at the time.
That part.
You know, so.
That's the heavy lifting.
He had the money. He was able to advertise and do all that kind of stuff for me. So yeah, for that, he did take a lot off of my back. Me and my kids went door to door back then in New Orleans, giving out flyers, knocking on doors, letting them know, hey, I'm coming to the neighborhood with this storefront. So I did a lot of footwork as well. But as far as like bus stop signs and all that kind of stuff, radio ads, he did do that.
That's amazing. So you need that kind of partnership. And, you know, sometimes to help spread the word. I always have this adage, like, you can be the best bridge builder in the world, but if nobody knows about it,
that's right.
Who cares?
That's right.
So going into your next venture, because you built this beautiful home. I'm very proud of you on that. And I want to know what got you into real estate.
Okay, so at 23, I became a landlord. I bought my first duplex at 23. So I was renting half of the duplex that I bought. I was renting that, and my landlord decided they wanted to sell. And at the same time, I was ready to buy. So it just so happened that, I was like, you know what, let me just buy this house from you guys. And it worked out. I became a landlord, and I saw how much extra money it was putting in my pocket because I had the house on the side, so I didn't have to pay the mortgage. That paid my mortgage, and I was able to move to another house. So it just was seeing that extra income with me not doing anything is what got me into real estate.
Right.
So since 23, I've been doing that, and then I started flipping houses when I moved here to Dallas. So
how long have you been in Dallas?
20 years now.
Hey.
I moved right before Katrina.
Now you're a Dallasite, okay?
Yeah.
You can't claim NOLA no more.
I know. Well, nah, I still claim NOLA.
Let's get you out of that, okay?
I actually just went down there for the weekend. I flew down Saturday and came home Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of families still back home? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And with your next venture, what do you think is going to be your next thing?
Okay, so I know what my next thing is going to be. I bought 14 acres and I want to develop a neighborhood. So that's the next thing. Well, two next things. I had the grocery store. I was the first Black-owned grocery store in Dallas.
Yeah.
New Texas Orleans.
Yeah.
So this time I want to own the building versus renting the building because that was the issue at the last building. So I'm looking for a location to move and reopen that again. So that's the next two things right now. So I have the 14 acres. I'm working on developing that and then looking for a location for my grocery store.
So you're looking into getting commercial real estate where you purchase a building and reopen up your own grocery store.
Yes.
And you're going to still do the Texas New Orleans thing?
It's still going to be New Texas Orleans, but I think I'm going to do it a little bit different. So my goal back then was to have a full grocery store, but there's not that many items that I need to cater to New Orleans folks. So I don't need the full store. I think I'm going to do something a little bit, maybe like a market type of thing.
Right.
Still have the full kitchen, and I think this time I'm going to have a eat-in area. And that's probably the only differences I'm going to make with this.
When you say eating area, you mean like a florist? Like the flower?
No, where they can sit down and eat.
Oh, okay.
They can dine in.
In my mind, I heard eating. Like a Garden of Eden.
Oh, no.
So that's well, it's going to be dope. A florist? I like that.
Yeah.
So, when you go into the tax business, like the tax business is always having different things change, right? What is the biggest challenge for a taxpayer? For a taxpayer?
Yeah. Well, there's so many different levels of taxpayers. So, like, which one do you want to be focusing on?
Let's go from low income, and then we'll go up to the tiers. Okay, so we'll go low income, we'll go middle income, and then we'll go luxury.
So for the low income taxpayers, I feel like on the IRS end, they don't really have a challenge. They're getting good tax returns from working at Walmart for a couple of months, they don't really have anything. They don't need receipts to keep receipts for anything or whatever. I feel like their hardest part is just making it throughout the year.
Right.
Just, their livelihood and living or whatever.
You feel like budgeting is going to be there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because, they're needing that tax refund.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then you get to the medium income to where they don't really need it. They might want it because they want to be flashy and go splurge or whatever. They really want their tax return for fun, basically. Right. So for those taxpayers, I try to tell people to basically don't blow your money. Like if you are able to, definitely pay federal taxes out your tax return. Out your paychecks. A lot of people mess up by not having federal taxes withheld. So when they come in to get their tax return done, they're like, oh, well, this person got much more than me and I worked all year. Okay, but you're not letting them withhold enough. So that's going to affect
pay your taxes.
Basically, yeah, pay your taxes throughout the if you want a big tax return.
Right.
If you don't care about that, then okay. Then, let them withhold less.
And see, I tell people, like, if you want your money now, then go ahead and take your money now. Like, the tax refund is what it says. It's a refund. It's your money coming back. It's your money coming back.
So if you didn't overpay it, there's nothing for you to get back.
Right.
So then you have people who have those write-offs and deductions, and I try to talk them into do like monthly, quarterly bookkeeping because they don't keep up with their records.
Right.
So it's like I always tell people, if you have a business, business, get a business account. That debit card, only use that for business items. Don't let personal transactions go in and out that account. Then you have a record of everything. You don't have to go back looking for receipts all the time, you know? So that monthly statement is going to be your proof of expenses and income. So that's really what I like to tell people, like, pay your taxes if you want a tax return and keep up with your expenses.
Right. So going for the biggest challenge as a new tax preparer, what do you see going forward? Because the new tax laws are coming in effect after this election. What do you think a new tax preparer is gonna face this year?
Well, you know, they really shouldn't face too much, because I feel like, you know, every tax software company is going to train you on the new tax laws. Like, so, you know, you're going to take your classes and learn all the new tax laws anyway. I feel like when it comes down to your clients and them understanding why things are different from last year to this year, I think that's where the challenges come in, because they're going to, you know, you might lose a client because they don't believe that you're saying your refund is smaller now because this credit is no longer available, or your child is over 16 now. You know, they just don't believe those things. They want you to do stuff that you shouldn't do, you know, to help them keep getting that level of income on their return. But I think that's the challenge, really. It's not so much the tax law changes, as long as they learn them. It's the clients. And so trying to educate the clients and helping the preparers communicate that education toward them the proper way, that's going to be more of a customer service based, right? When a client is coming to you, what are your absolute needs from them? Absolute needs, definitely everything that the IRS is requiring now. They want us basically to get everything: birth certificates, show us the Social Security card for your dependents, proof of residency, W-2, 1099s, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to write off. You definitely have to have all that stuff now. You know, they want us to have that on record just in case they ask for it. So
now, in the tax realm, what's the funnest part for you?
The funnest part, I do giveaways. So I do a lot of giveaways for my referrals. So that's the fun part, giving people extra money that they wasn't expecting. I also do missing money, which is where I go in, especially if it's a new client. I search their name on the database to see if there's any money from like death benefits or insurance claims, stuff like that they don't know about. So finding that additional money, I love doing that for them. At the end of the tax season, I usually do like a customer appreciation party where, you know, I have my customers come out, maybe at the daiquiri shop or whatever, and we just have a good time. So I do enjoy doing that with them. I like meeting my clients.
I can't stand it.
Really? No, they love to talk. And like with my clients, a lot of them, especially my regulars, like they feel like family. You know, they feel like they know you and all that kind of stuff. So they come in, they want to talk. They might just want to give you a hug, to drop off their paperwork, give you a hug, and go on about their day.
I find that mostly with my older clients. I love my older clients. I love them to death. It's just, for me, like being in the office, I can't stand it. I can't stand in the office because, like, I'm an outdoors guy. That's why I do roofing, because it gets me out of the office after the first 6 months and being locked in the office. Now I'm on top of somebody's roof and I'm looking at the city.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. When tax season dies down, I'm jetting out. I'm enjoying being free. But those 4 months of hard work, like I put in the time. I hardly sleep. I don't look like this during tax season.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. I do not look like this during tax season. I'm gonna be.
So do you and your husband, y'all skate out of here, right?
Well, now he works abroad, so typically wherever they have him stationed at, I might go visit there versus going on vacation or whatever. But yeah, we travel a lot.
Yeah, I figured like y'all always somewhere. I'm like.
Yeah, we travel a lot. Yeah, but he just went back to contracting. He was just basically focusing on our construction business. Right. But now after he built my house, now he's back to
moving around. I got you. So what's the next thing for you after what? I guess this is going to start your training, right?
Yeah, I will start training October, November. I plan on opening another location, hopefully North Dallas. which I had been dreading opening another location for a while. I kind of stepped back from doing all that. It's so much work, it takes so much time, but I'm ready to go ahead and open another location. So that's the next step, training and opening this new location and being able to be hands off. Like I need to train someone very well that I can trust. Because right now I'm going over every return. So it's like I do not get sleep.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that.
Yeah.
So your location's in?
My main office is Duncanville.
Okay.
So, and I have another location in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Nice. The Duncanville office is next to Thibodeau's.
Across the street from Thibodeau's, yeah.
Okay. Right on. How can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Krissys Kwik Tax, Instagram at Krissys_Kwik_Tax. It's basically.
Cool. Guys, that's our time. Remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. And remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two fingers.